And welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's collective tarot love reading. I have your cards ready. I am going to deep dive and explain in detail by way of the cards what's going on with both you and your person. So let's go. Your crowning card today is the World card. The World card pertains to both you and your person. What the World card is about is the fear to come out of a comfort zone and end out a past cycle. The fear to trust in oneself and one's ability and the universe that this is the best decision to make in order to create positive changes, to be different, to live a better life. The World card. Okay, collective. Now you're coming in with the Four of Wands. And what the Four of Wands is talking about here, collective, it's talking about the comfort zone here. What it's telling me here in your reading is that in the past, for both you and your person, the commitment here had to be a certain kind of commitment. It had to look a certain way. This is what it's talking about here in your reading. That's what I'm getting. Now, this commitment is a past cycle. It's a past way of doing things here, collective. Could also be seen as an outdated belief system is what I'm getting. That the Four of Wands, this commitment here, collective, it had to be a certain way. It's following tradition. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that here, collective, but coming in with the World card, what it talks about there is that way of thinking, that way of doing it here, collective, is a past cycle. It's an outdated belief system. That's how this Four of Wands is coming in at this time. See, what the Four of Wands is actually talking about here, collective, is that both you and your person need to understand what this is, the truth about the Four of Wands. That it is more than just a relationship here. Yeah, of course, this here, collective, it's bigger than that here in your reading. There is more to do is what it's talking about here. The work has only just begun. That's what it's saying here, collective. See, of course, one's perception would be just to be with each other. Okay, collective, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that, but there's actually a bigger picture is what I'm getting. It's what I'm picking up. In terms of the World card, and see, the World card is a cycle is ending, a past cycle is ending. This is an outdated belief system here, collective. It's a past way of doing things. So you've already done what you needed to do in this past cycle. Now a new cycle is beginning, and the new cycle here, collective, is a new way of doing things. That's what the World card talks about. You're talking about equal give and take. You're talking about cause and effect. Here, collective, this is the new cycle that the World card is talking about. And this is what it's talking about when it comes to the Four of Wands. Okay? All right, collective? All right, let's keep going. Now you're coming in with the Seven of Swords here in your reading. And so what Seven of Swords, the Chariot here. And so this is talking about, like I said, that fear to trust, that fear to commit. But what it also talks about here with the Chariot and the Seven of Swords is The fear to know one's true self, here collective. That's what I'm picking up here in your reading. To trust the cycle, this new cycle here. When you're coming in with the Seven of Swords for both you and your person, it's saying here, I only want to do it my way. I only want to do what I want to do. Here, it's saying here, but I only want to see it my way. I don't want to see it any other way. I don't want it to be bigger than it truly is, here collective. And I'm not saying that you can't, here in your reading, but when you're this cycle, there's a new cycle coming in here collective. It has to be followed. It can only be done that way. To trust in the universe, here collective, is what it talks about here in your reading. Because that is the new cycle. Now, what it can also talk about here in terms of the comfort zone collective, ending out that past cycle here, that it talks about codependency here. This codependency could be negative patterns and habits here collective. To come out of that comfort zone here collective and end out those negative patterns and habits is to face the truth about oneself and one's reality. Because the way in which things are going at this time collective, it's a past way of doing it. That's what your reading is talking about when you're coming in with the World card. Now, this is both you and your person. All right, collective. Yeah. To solve the problem, to gain knowledge and understanding here, collective, and this is what it's talking about when you're coming in with the Seven of Swords here, is to face one's truth. That's what it's saying. One's own negative here, collective, negative attachments to the way in which you think, you feel, the actions that you take, and how you apply it in your everyday life. This has to do with yourself, your environment, and those around you. That cycle needs to end here, collective. Now you're coming in with the Queen of Swords here, collective, and so what the Queen of Swords is about here in your reading, it's about, there's a fear here, okay, collective, and the fear here is it's a past program here, collective. It's about how you see yourself here in your reading. Do you understand? Coming in with the Queen of Swords. See, you're coming in with wisdom. Now, what wisdom is talking about here, collective? Like I said, the truth about oneself here, so that you can grow, collective, in terms of self-love, self-empowerment here, collective, which is the correct action to take at this time here. I spoke about positive changes, making positive changes here. That's wisdom to take the correct action here in your reading, to be different here, to be better. Now, coming in with the Queen of Swords, what it talks about here in your reading is that you know that, but this is quite important here in your reading when you're coming in with the Queen of Swords and her sword is in the upright here. What it talks about there also, collective, is it's about your intelligence here. It's about how you can help people to help themselves here in your reading. You're coming in with compassion. You're coming in with empathy here. That's what it's talking about here, collective. But if you stay stuck in that past cycle here, collective, of fear, it's the fear of the unknown, the fear of where this is going to go. Is it right that I trust in myself? Is it right that I trust in the universe here, collective? But by not trusting here, collective, you stay stuck in fear. You stay stuck in that comfort zone. So the cycle is still continuous here. You're still in that past cycle. What it talks about here also, collective, is it's coming in with those positive changes here, being different, living better here, collective. That's what it's talking about here. That is where you're going to gain that self-empowerment here, self-love here, collective, to help others. That's what the Queen of Swords in this reading is all about, which is what the cycle is here. This is the new cycle, excuse me. See, with the Queen of Swords, what it can kind of talk about there is second guessing yourself here in your reading. All right. See, what this is talking about here, collective, is this is how you're going to get your person to come towards you here in your reading. Because it talks about union with self here, collective, as well. That's the cycle here, collective, here in your reading. Now you're coming in with the Three of Pentacles here, collective, and so what the Three of Pentacles is talking about here in your reading, it's talking about the reprogramming that needs to happen here for both you and your person here in your reading. And what it's talking about here with the Three of Pentacles is you can't control it. You've got to let go of that control and release the ego here, collective. Because once again, it's saying here in your reading, I only want to do it my way. I only want to work on what I want to work on. But in saying that, collective, you're not going to, both you and your person are not going to fully end out that cycle, that past cycle. That past cycle will just continue here in your reading. The mind here, collective, and which is what the World card is talking about, which is what this new cycle is all about here, collective. It can be seen as this reprogramming with the Three of Pentacles here in your reading. Now, what it talks about there in terms of the Three of Pentacles here, collective, that reprogramming the mind here and the heart so that you can allow the sun in and crack your heart space open. Of course, you're in love with your person, okay? But we're talking about cracking that heart space open even more here, collective, is what it's talking about. Both you and your person. When I spoke about self-love, you can't allow other people to tell you what it looks like or what it should feel like here, collective. I do seem to think you're quite mindful of that here in your reading, which is why you have a fear to come out of your comfort zone here, collective, to trust in yourself and the universe that this is the right decision to make. Now you're coming in with the Six of Pentacles here. And so what the Six of Pentacles here, collective, and I spoke about it with the Queen of Swords. I spoke about compassion. Here, empathy. The Six of Swords here in your reading, what it talks about there is you do have something to offer. That's what I'm getting here in your reading. In terms of this new cycle, in terms of helping others, here, collective, that's what it's saying here in your reading. Now, what it also talks about here in your reading is that your person has met their match. Here, you are definitely your person's equal here in your reading. But what it also talks about here, collective, is there may be others around you at this time. I really get here, collective, it's this past cycle, this fear for both you and your person is coming in as lack of confidence, lack of self-worth here. Your reading is saying, collective, I don't see myself that way. Which is why you had the Three of Pentacles coming in here in terms of that reprogramming here, collective. And then you had the Four of Wands, which spoke about knowing the contract. You have to know the truth about the contract here and understand what the contract is all about. What this is for you here, collective. This is what it's saying. So you may think that the end point here is your person, but in actual fact, it's bigger than that. That's what your reading's talking about. That's what it's saying here, collective. That's what I'm picking up with the cards. There's more. You've got more. Both you and your person have got more to give than what you think you have. That's what the Six of Pentacles is on about here, collective. Now you're coming in with the Eight of Cups and you're coming in with the Moon card here, collective. What this talks about, once again, is a comfort zone. You're talking about negative attachments. I spoke about that with the Seven of Swords. You're coming in with patterns and habits and even toxic behavior here, collective. When you're coming in with the Eight of Cups and the Moon card, you're talking about the truth about oneself, one's own pain, hurt, and fear. And when I spoke about here, collective, you only want to do what you want to do, that could very well have to do with these negative emotions that you have. And of course, nobody wants to be reminded of those negative emotions because you have to find where it comes from. And of course, that is about an experience or a situation you went through here in your reading. Now, this could very well be your person as well. Now, what it's talking about here in your reading, when it comes to the Eight of Cups and the Moon card, because you're coming in with love and kindness, this is becoming a problem. That's what it's talking about here. Yeah. But what it can also talk about here, collective, here in your reading, knowing the truth about oneself. Okay? By facing one's fear, one's pain, hurt, and fear here, collective, learning to release and transmute those negative attachments could very well mean for both you and your person is opening your world and letting the light in. That's what it talks about here. To understand a different mind's eye here. The cycle, the new cycle here, collective. happiness, love, here in your reading. Now you're coming in with the Ace of Swords here, collective. And so what the Ace of Swords is talking about here in your reading is the truth about your emotions here, collective. The truth for both you and your person and the past here, and how that has impacted greatly on your life. Because what it talks about with the Eight of Cups here, collective, and I do see that both you and your person are facing those fears. The truth about oneself. Now, what the Ace of Swords is talking about here is you know what that is. You know where it starts. You know the start point. You know you have negative emotions. You know why you fear to make these changes, to come out of this comfort zone here. The Ace of Swords. You know you have an ego is what it talks about here, collective, whether it's positive or negative. Now you're coming in with the Three of Wands, and so what the Three of Wands is talking about here for both you and your person is that this is something you both have always wanted. That's what it's saying. But in order to have this here, collective, both you and your person need to let your guard down. You need to be vulnerable is what it says here in your reading. It is something that both you and your person, it is a relationship connection here, collective, that both you and your person want. That's what the Three of Wands is talking about. It's unlike any other kind of love that both you and your person have experienced, coming in with the Eight of Cups here, collective, in the Moon card. You're coming in with the Three of Cups here, collective. And so what the Three of Cups is talking about here, it talks about your person coming back towards you here in your reading. But because these changes that need to happen here, collective, that's what it's talking about. All right. And I spoke about those changes in order for union to come in. Okay. For both you and your person. All right, now just before I end it out with the last card, I just want to say, collective, I offer counselling. I offer mentorship, advice, programs, and tarot readings. If you're interested, details are in the description box below this video. Last card here, guys. Coming in with the Ten of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune. Here, collective. This is part of the new cycle here. This is about love. This is about ultimate abundance here, collective. You have to commit to this. You have to face the truth about oneself, one's reality, and out past negative patterns and habits here, collective. This is really important here. If you are wanting, both you and your person, ultimate abundance. The Wheel of Fortune. You have to make it happen. Okay, collective. You have to take steps to make it happen for yourself. All right, I am going to leave it there. Thank you for watching, and join us in the Facebook group, and I'll catch you later. Bye.